Okay, so it was like a giant's washbowl. The children built a castle, of course, but castle building is rather poor fun when you have no hope of the swishing tide ever coming in to fill up the moat and wash away the drawbridge and at the happy last to wet everybody up to the waist at least. The children built a castle. I'm repeating it. The children built a castle, of course, but castle building is rather poor fun when you have no hope of the swishing tide ever coming in to fill up the moat and wash away the drawbridge and at the happy last to wet everybody up to the waist at least. Now, what happens is building a castle, sand castle is generally done at the seaside. Children do. I have also built castles, put your feet inside the sand and then cover your feet, only the foot part, and it becomes like a igloo type thing, and then you put a wall around it, then you put flags, and then you make a bridge, you make a hole in it around the castle, then the water comes in. The sea water, the swish tide is the waves which come in and go, so when it comes in the water fills up in that place, it looks like water around the castle, and then you make a drawbridge on it. A drawbridge is that from the water part to go into the castle, that place, and suddenly when you're working on it, everything is done, suddenly a huge wave comes and washes away the sand and wets you up, and also that's great fun. You have spades, you have paddles, you have small buckets, and with the buckets you can fill up sand with it and overturn it and make pillars, so it's great fun. In my childhood I have been to a lot of sea beaches. I used to have great fun. Goa, Kerala, Mumbai beaches, Chennai beaches. The best beaches are in Gopalpur in the Odisha Andhra border. That's very close to Paradip. It's very far away from Paradip, so if you start walking on the coastline of Paradip, you'll reach Gopalpur or Chhatrapur. It's another army base. I love going to army base because it's part of my background. In the morning you have firings and all, from land to water firings. They do testings, their missiles and all. So it's great to see. You have warships there, and Goa is obviously the place to enjoy and freak out. And Kerala is God's own country. One of the best beaches in the world, in India, for the people who come around from all over the world. So it's one of the best beaches in the world. It's called the Golden Beaches also. The sand is gold, the water is green and then blue. Seaside is something great. God's creation. Cyril wanted to dig out a cave to place smugglers in, but the others thought it might bury them alive, so it ended in all spades going to work to dig a hole through the castle to Australia. Yes, these children you see believed that the world was round and that on the other side the little Australian boys and girls were really walking wrong way up, like flies on the ceiling with their heads hanging down into the air. Now Cyril wanted to dig out a cave to play smugglers in. He was trying to dig out a cave so that let's play smuggling and all, play that game. But the others thought it might bury them alive. If it makes them too big, it might break down and bury them alive. So that's not literally they are going to go into the cave, but they are going to play a game. And so it ended in all spades going to work to dig a hole through the castle to Australia. They wanted to dig a hole. They play, let's dig a hole. The earth is round, so let's dig a hole. We'll go to Australia and see that what the children are doing there. And the boys and girls are walking the wrong way up. If it's round, they're supposed to come this side, they're going this side. So this is imagination. If the world is round, what's going to happen? How will they fly? With flies, when they fly, they put their head down, and then what will happen if the world goes the other round way, and if it's spinning? If a fly is flying here, if it goes down, you'll see the head down. So it's like that. They're imagining. Children, they imagine everything. The children dug and they dug and they dug. and their hands got sandy and hot and red, and their faces got damp and shiny. The lamb had tried to eat the sand and had cried so hard when he found that it was not as he had supposed, brown sugar, that he was now tired out and was lying asleep in the middle of his half finished castle. This left his brothers and sisters free to work really hard, and the hole that was to come out in Australia soon grew so deep that Jane begged the others to stop. Now, Lamb is the small kid, the smallest one, and he was so tired, and he was also trying. You know what children do? That whatever they get, they put in their mouth. We say we stop children from putting things in their mouth. He thought sand is the brown sugar. Brown sugar in the sense is like jaggery. It's not that drug brown sugar. It's jaggery, which we say gur, or mitha, which we say it's like that brown sugar. So he thought that's it, and he went to chew, and he knew that this is not. He started crying. Children started crying, they cry, and then they go off to sleep. So while their small kid, baby brother was sleeping, so they started walking and they started digging, and your hands become red, and with the sun you become sweaty. Your face, changes that color. It starts shining in a different way, that you're tired. And they kept on digging so much that it went quite deep. So the sister said, "Please stop now." Jane told them to let's stop, otherwise it's going to be something else. "Suppose the bottom of the hole gave way suddenly," she said, "and you tumbled out among the little Australians, and all the sand would get in their eyes." And suppose you are digging, you see a part of Australia, children dancing and playing there, and all the sand falls on top of them, it gets into their eyes, that will be also feeling bad. So this is what they think, children, they are thinking that by digging we'll get into Australia. And they are in the England countryside. Cyril and Anthea knew that Australia was not quite so near as all that, but they agreed to stop using the spades and to go on with their hands. This was quite easy because the sand at the bottom of the hole was very soft and fine and dry like sea sand, and there were little shells in it. Fancy it having been wet. Fancy it having been wet sea here once, all sloppy and shiny, said Jane, with fishes and conger eels and corals and mermaids. How did the sea get carried away? Robert asked. Father says the earth got too hot underneath, as you do in bed sometimes, so it hunches up its shoulders and the sea had to slip off, like the blankets do to us, and the shoulder was left sticking out and turned into dry land. Let's go and look for shells. I think that little cave looks likely, and I see something sticking out of there, like a bit of wrecked ship's anchor, and it's beastly hot in the Australian hole. What happened that they are digging, so they say that they are thinking, they also very well know that we are the children who are a bit old, like Cyril and Anthea, they know that Australia is quite far, we are just having fun and digging a hole. So they said, let's stop with our spades, let's start digging with our hands. So what happens when you dig into a little bit down, the sand becomes softer, it's easy to take out, it's like powder type, you just pull it out with your hands, you don't have to dig so much. But if it would have been wet and sloppy, it would have been tough, but again it would have been cool. You were digging, you would have got shells, you would have got corals, you would have got these eels, the small fish type, eel snake type fishes, which you put inside your hand in the seabed. When you go to a seaside, you'll dig water inside, you'll get fish inside it, underneath it. The fish comes in with the waves, and you get small crabs also, and you get shells. When you dig into the sand, when the water comes in, you'll get shells. And so they're asking, how did the sea was here? We are finding shells. So why did the sea go away? So the father had told them that when the sea had got hot very inside, as we feel hot inside our bed, we throw our blankets away, the blanket slips off, we don't want to be in our blankets, our shoulder comes out from the blanket, so when the earth got hot, it struck its shoulders, the hills came up or some mounts came up and the water slid away. So just as we do in our bed, so that's the contrast they're giving of themselves, the example of themselves. And they saw something sticking out. It's like an anchor. Have you seen an anchor like this with a U shape and it's got a stick in between, an anchor which holds the boat? So in the sand, normally near a sea, you will find old broken ships who have got devastated in the sea. They're in the sea wreck. They've had shipwrecks, and they come floating to the seaside. On the shore, you see all these things. So they saw something sticking out like a anchor, they thought, which was sticking out from the hole inside, and they said that, oh, we are digging into Australia, it's quite hot inside Australia. So the others agreed, but Anthea went on digging. She always liked to finish a thing when she had once begun it. She felt it would be a disgrace to leave that hole without getting through to Australia. So once they started digging and they were into it, so Anthea did not want to leave anything which she started. She always wanted to finish something. So she didn't want to have that effect, oh, I was digging, going through Australia, but I couldn't reach. So she made up her mind, she finished it. So after that, actually what happens, what do they find out, how do they find the summit, we are going to come to know. Only another page left, so I'll come and do it in the next class. Till then, take care of yourselves and be good and be happy, love your parents, respect them, and have fun. Okay, spend good time and do whatever you want after your studies. Okay, take care and stay home, stay safe. God bless. Bye bye.